All right. Let's see if I got this thing working. Did it work? It did, but it's not in focus. Focus on me. I'm right here. Oh, what's going on, man? Oh my goodness, hold on, let me fix this. I don't know why this thing is hating. Am I in focus? Okay. Morning, folks. We're about there. Fuji Summit. It's focused. The exposure is a little dark, but honestly, it's that time of day where, like, I don't know what. Like, the sun is still coming up. It's gonna end up somehow. I'm happy to even be on here, y'all, because I've been sick for like the last 2 weeks. It's the stupidest. I caught strep throat at a wedding like 2-3-ish weeks ago. And I was like dying, right? And then I went to the doctor and they gave me the meds I need. Used all the meds, and the moment they ran out, I got sick again. So here I am with strep throat still. Luckily, I'm feeling halfway okay because I'm on meds at the moment. But yeah, it's been a pretty rough last 2 to 3 weeks. That's why you haven't seen a lot of videos from me. Between all the weddings I've had and then getting sick, not fun at all. But I'm excited, y'all. 10 to 200 mil? That'd be crazy. Could you imagine like zooming all the way out too? Like the zoom would just be like How's everyone else doing? We got people's up in the chat. Again, shout out to Thaddeus, always up in here. Thanks for all the support and love. I'm excited but nervous. Yeah. Hey, morning. I know I saw we had India in the house earlier. Some Jack with honey. Someone was just saying that. He was like, yo, get some whiskey. That'll knock out whatever's in your throat. Oh, we got 3 minutes. We almost there. Oh, you know what? I messed up. I got the black bars because I'm shooting in a 6K open gate. I was wondering why it looked like that. I was like, wait, what's wrong? There we go. That's how it's supposed to look. Yeah, I was wondering why I was so zoomed out too. I was like, wow, you can see so much of my room. I'm using the XH2S right now for this. So that's why I had that open gate. I love being able to shoot an open gate, 6K. I saw a Magenta Max ad from T-Mobile the other day and I was like, yeah. I didn't realize they had a whole magenta thing going on. So I was looking into it. I was like, do they have it trademarked? Can I like not do this at all? LS Photography, thank you so much for that super chat. Just shot my last wedding of the year and wanted to thank you for the support. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I have my last wedding in December, so I'm just about done. How you finding the new XH2S? I love that thing. Like, really. It is a great camera. Again, that's what I'm using right now for this. I've switched my X-T4 to the XH2S for my main like YouTube camera. And just for me, because again, I'm not a filmmaker. But 4K 120 if and when I want it. And then also being able to shoot 6K or 6.2K open gate. That alone is great for content creators. Because with the open gate and using the whole sensor, all you have to do is frame it up the right way and you have so much more vertical space so you can change that stuff into shorts. And again, I don't like vertical video, but shorts and reels and talks and all that stuff, like that stuff is here, you know? So it's nice being able to repurpose my stuff and not have the cropping all like extra horrible at least. How's the noise performing? You know, so I've shot a couple of weddings with the XH2S now, and the one thing that I found that I hate the most is the shutter button. That thing is mush, yo. I do not like it at all. Like, the more I was shooting actual stills with it, I was like, I cannot stand this shutter button. It is mush. Like, there's no good press or click to it. It just feels like I'm pressing wet bread. Oh, they about to start. Gotta pause our music. And let me switch my thing. John, I've been trying out natural fields on Capture One. Good job. Thank you so much. I'm surprised I even pulled that off, really. I had given up. I really had given up. And then one day it just happened. Would you get an XE5 if it was 40 megapixels? Probably. I mean, I haven't had a chance to really try out the XH2. I shot maybe one photo with it. And it looked cool, but I really want to be able to do more with the 40 megapixels and try that out. I love the XH2S for photography, especially wildlife. Trying to tell myself I don't need the XH2. I mean, yeah, the speed of the XH2S, I would assume is great for wildlife and also sports. Wow, they're starting. We got Ted in the house. Would you get the GF55 if and when they finally release it? I don't. Is that one of the lenses that they said they were going to come out with? Oh, you know what? I want to try out their those tilt shifts that they just did. For people, I prefer the XT series. For wildlife, the XH2. Nice. Yeah, I'm also a T series. I always have been. Again, the only reason I got the XH2S is for my main YouTube video camera, which makes sense. My pockets are hurting. XH2. I know, like whatever they're gonna announce, my wallet's ready. I'm about to blow all my wife is like, bro, man. But then I get to be like, it's a business expense. Wow, look at that office.
Hi, this is Yuji Igarashi from Fujifilm.
I met him at
About 50 days
the Fuji X Summit.
So a very short interval.
When they did it here in New York.
Today, I am at Fujifilm Clay Studio in Tokyo. It's essentially the heart of product design, where
John,
all
your camera's
Fujifilm
clean. Are
products
you
are
using
being
XT4 to film
designed.
yourself? This is the XH2S.
Of course, including the digital cameras. We will be presenting our X Summit from here today.
How's the volume for everything, y'all? Videographer here will be salty if no battery grip or floppy screen. Awesome, yeah. I'm trying to have the volume where y'all can hear the presentation, but also hear me. And we're not fighting each other too much. Is the XH1 still good camera to go with video? You know, I never used the XH1 and I don't really know its specs. But again, most of the, in my opinion, the stuff that Fujifilm puts out is just great.
As a matter of fact, it's already the third X Summit in 2022.
Yeah.
It's because we have prepared many products to celebrate the 10th
We
anniversary
making
of the X
everything.
Mount. At the X Summit back in May, we introduced the XH2S and stacked CMOS sensor, followed by the XH2 and the 40 megapixel sensor in September. These two products are recognized as versatile high-performance cameras.
I'm not a Fuji person, but I'm a
photography
John Branch fan.
and video
Good to see what
production.
Fuji. Oh, awesome.
Rightly so.
Thanks for always hanging
as
out.
double flagship models. Video is an integral part of visual arts in today's world, which should never be forgotten. Features such as 4K 120p of the XH2S and 8K 30p of the XH2 represent our cutting-edge technologies in the field of video production.
I just
Having
like that
said
open
that,
gate.
Fujifilm will never forget photography, which means we will never forget its photographic cameras.
Bringing it back to stills.
As a leading photography company, to design a camera advocating the photography first philosophy is a must. This is our commitment to all photography fans. It is the item that concludes the 10th anniversary of the X Mount.
Fujifilm X-T5.
Let's go.
Fujifilm X-T5.
Fujifilm X-T5.
Let's go.
Fujifilm X-T5. Fujifilm X-T5.
X-T5.
Fujifilm X-T5.
Fujifilm X-T5.
Fujifilm X-T5.
Fujifilm X-T5.
Yeah, let's go. Look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, yo, they got all the old stuff on it too.
This is the last piece for the 10th anniversary of X-Man XT5.
Yeah.
The first model of the XT series, the XT1, was released in
GG's to my bank
2014
account.
to celebrate Fujifilm's 18th anniversary. The XT1 was the first product in the
I started on the
interchangeable lens
XT2.
cameras
That was my introduction to
that
Fujifilm.
Watanabe planned. And since then, I have been in charge of all the models of XT series. My latest work will be the XT5, which is the 5th generation of XT series. It may sound a bit cheeky, but the XT series.
What about the lives?
is
I've been too
like
busy.
my ring.
Between weddings, I
What
missed the
mean
last 2
is
months of
that
lives. I'm
it
pretty
has
sad
been
about that.
Perfect since its emergence and hasn't changed its form for a long time.
Yeah, because it's good.
I'm not saying that my idea was excellent. I want to say that the concept of the XT series matched with the nature of photography, and that was a universal quality. Let's look at the 3-dial design located on the top.
Nice.
Combined with
It's basically the same.
aperture
It
ring
looks like an
on the
XT3.
lens, the 4-dial control system is more than just a feature of the X series. It is a basic foundation of photography. Please take a look.
I always love the
ISO
silver, except for the
sensitivity,
fact that it scratches
shutter
up
speed,
so easily.
exposure
My XT4
compensation,
was silver because I wanted to
aperture,
differentiate
and
it from my
all exposure
XT3s.
settings can be monitored at a
And
glance.
it just like, you breathe on it too hard and the
Even
silver
when the camera
scratches.
is turned off. This not only ensures accurate control, but also allows the photographer
The funny
to
thing though, again,
concentrate
because remember,
more
I
on
shoot
framing,
my weddings mainly with the
since they can
XT3.
check
I don't
the
use the top
exposure
dial at
setting
all. Like, I
before
don't.
looking through the viewfinder.
So it's always funny because everyone's like, oh, I want the dials. And I'm like,
There
I don't
is
even
then
use them though.
The viewfinder LCD panel.
Yeah.
position of the
No
vertical
more
axis.
tilt screen.
The overlap
Bring back the
of
tilt. No
the
more
center
flipping
line
screen.
of the lens, camera, and photographer is fundamental when photography is your first
Let's go, yo.
priority. Yes, the
Yes.
XT5 will
Yes.
have a three-way tilt LCD screen.
It's all I ever would. Yes. Yo, I was
The
so mad with the
and the
XT4
variangle LCD
over
with
the flippy
both
screen.
photography
Like, I did
and
not want
video
it.
production in mind. But now we have the XH2
Yeah.
in the
They're like,
fifth
we got the flippy
generation
screens on the
X-series
XHs, so
lineup.
y'all can chill.
For the XT5,
Tilt screen for life. Let's
we
go.
decided to strengthen its characteristic as a photographic camera once again.
Oh, is the A7?
However,
What was it?
sticking
Didn't
with
Sony release something
tradition
new that had the screen and
not
it like
what
tilts and flips
the
and flips and it
XT
comes
series
all the way
offers.
out, all weird?
continuously brushing up the nature and universality of photography is the concept behind the XT series.
I interpret Jun's concept of the XT series as most classic and most modern.
They were
Does
like,
that
put all the
sound
new
like a
stuff in it, but keep it
contradiction
like
to
the
you?
old school.
By focusing on
This
the
is probably
theory
like
of
1,000% the
manual
first time
operation
Fuji has like
and
did
improved
every like
operability.
everything that anyone has ever wanted.
We are striving for the ultimate classic that is the heart of photographic equipment. At the same time, the design was sharpened and evolved to be more modern.
Nice.
Classic and modern are concepts
Look how
that
small it is, yo.
coexist and enhance each other. From XT1 to XT5, I have consistently worked in product design. And I believe it has been a history of pursuing a balance between these two concepts. Of course, that is no different with XT5. For example, look at this grip section.
Look at this grip.
Starting with the grip design
It looks
of
a little
the
deeper.
moderately sized XT1, we have been working to improve the grip for 4 generations, and the XT5
Like it's not super
is
deep, but it looks
another
about the same deepness as the
revolutionary
XT4 at
improvement.
least.
More specifically, we added 3 new approaches while keeping the same convexity as the grip
Oh look,
of
the top part is a little bit
XT4.
smaller too, it looks like.
First is to shift the shutter button and front command dial forward. Second is to reduce the amount of convexity of the shutter button and reduce the gap.
I've never
between
been a fan
shutter
of the
button
flip
and
screen.
the top
I just
cover.
can't.
And third is to configure the grip shape with
Well,
a
yeah, it's useful for
simplest
YouTube, but that's the thing. See,
possible surface.
it's better for video.
The result
when it comes to
is the
stills,
better hold on the
I
entire
can't.
right hand.
Like this is
especially
gonna be my main
middle finger,
wedding camera,
while the
and then the
index finger
XH2S
can
will be
read
for
smoothly
video stuff.
to the shutter button. I hope you will feel this evolution with your own right hand.
What if you're
In
left-handed?
addition,
Why don't they make
the entire
left-handed
design
cameras?
Has been refined to be simpler, more modern, and easier to use by harmonizing the shape of the
You can get 2
finder section
XT5s for the price
and
of
the
one
surface around the mount
A7R5,
and
and have enough left
simplifying the
to
bottom
get a
of the
steak
camera.
dinner.
Since the shape of the dial
I'm the one
and the
who
convexity of the buttons
lives in the
directly
EVF. I barely
affect
use the screen for
operability.
anything.
Even the lock button on the dial have been
The buttons look
thoroughly
about the
reviewed
same.
down to the smallest detail. Furthermore,
They almost look
it is
exactly
not
the same.
only
They
the
brought the
shape,
D-pad
but also the finishing
back.
touches. In XT5, we also aimed to evolve the black color.
Oh, it's got a new
The
black.
direction of evolution is more black and finer and
More
elegant
black.
texture.
We made the XT5 more black.
We applied a new technique to reduce the particle size and increased the blackness through innovations in pigmentation.
You missed it. They made the
A black
XT5 more
color
black.
body is defined by its tight and fearless appearance, and we are able to achieve a black color that matches the body that has evolved into a simple and solid design. I am sure this camera will fuel your desire to shoot. We have talked a lot about this camera. And this camera retains a character that is immediately recognizable as the XT series, even when viewed from a few meters
I mean,
away.
yeah, you can.
But when
XTs
you
are
hold
like
it
that
in your
too.
hand,
You'll be
can
like
clearly
a mile
see
away from
the
somebody and be
numerous
like,
evolutions.
"Hey, are they shooting Fujifilm?"
The XT has undergone a series of such inheritances and evolutions.
Also, they're just such beautiful
fifth
cameras. Like they
generation
look like film
XT5,
cameras. It's so good.
Its design has been further refined.
Look how small it is.
This is the XT5.
He's just holding it in his hand.
Hello, so here is the XT5, which is a beautiful camera, as the predecessors were. And the design of the camera is, I feel like a evolution. There's a philosophy behind the design that has kept true to the original XT range, but has evolved over the time. I've had every single one of those cameras, XT1, XT2, XT3, XT4, and now the XT5.
It's going to be bigger than the XT4.
And it feels like it's a camera that is natural for me to hold. It feels comfortable in the hand. I like the fact that we have gone back to the original tilt style of the screen.
Yes, oh my
and
goodness.
having all of the tactile buttons and everything else.
The
really
tilt
close to
screen
my
alone.
hand as a very
Like they haven't
fast-shooting
even talked about
photographer
the specs
that
yet.
helps
They're
me
just like,
great
hey, we brought back the
very
tilt
easily
screen.
change
Everyone's like,
the speed,
yeah.
aperture, and the ISO, of course.
We made it more
And
black and
from
gave
a
it the
design
tilt
point of
screen.
view, it really keeps everything very sensible.
deepest,
keeps
darkest
everything
black.
very
They're like,
tight, keeps everything
yeah,
very
shooting
close,
weddings. Oh
which
my
allows me
goodness.
to get on with my job very easily. And from when using the XH2S, that's primarily something that I will be using for filming, but now we have the photography first philosophy for the XT5 again, and it's a remarkable camera for stills photography, for somebody like me that shoots documentary photography, documentary weddings, family photography, photojournalism. It's very rapid and it's very clearly designed for us to be able to take pictures very quickly. I need to be able to switch between manual focus mode and
the little
continuous
focusing
focus
on the
mode.
front.
So it's really lovely that we still have that switch on the XT5.
Because yeah, that's the thing with the
I will
X8s.
often
There's a
be
lot of button
shooting with
pressing.
my camera to the viewfinder.
Like you
but
have to
often
press
also I will
buttons
use the
all the
tilt- I will
time
use
to
the
get
tilt
to
screen
something
and
and
raise
then
it
move
above
it.
my head, so I can be shooting down at people, especially at weddings when it's
See,
very
y'all,
busy,
I'm
so
not
I need to be
crazy.
able to shoot
Every
into the
time I
crowd.
talk about exactly what
The
he's
viewfinder
saying,
is
everyone's
great,
like,
the
oh, but
EVF
tilt
is
screens
great,
are
and the
great.
LCD, of course,
What
works
about the,
for
I mean, the
all
flip
kinds of
screen? They're like,
opportunities.
flip screens are
It's
awesome.
just a
No,
very,
I like to
very
be able to pop
well-rendered,
it down
very
real quick and
well-designed,
just hold it up and
camera
shoot.
that's going to make you feel like a photographer when you're holding it in your hands.
The design has been consistent from the XT1 to
Oh, look at that silver one.
and now to the XT5. So that's why I think
I'm not gonna front. Them silvers they
this,
look great.
Design really speaks.
Like if
to
I got two
photography
silvers,
purists.
I would go to weddings and people
love-
would think I
love
was
the
shooting
analog
film.
Style.
They
It's
would be
got
like,
this
"Is that
golden
film?"
triangle of photography that can be seen even if the camera is not turned on. When you're holding the camera, you already know what the exposure compensation is, the shutter speed, the ISO, and also the aperture. So
Yeah, I
it's
usually like to
almost
stick
like
with the
you can
blacks.
Get ready to shoot.
They're very
as you're
low key.
turning the
Also,
on-off
again, that
button.
silver scratches
so
up.
in a way, right, the way the dials are positioned.
How much? They haven't
becomes sort
talked
of
about the price
an
yet.
extension of my mind.
It's interesting.
So if
Out
you
of
say
all
that
the photographers I've come
is a
across on
language,
YouTube
then
and in personal association, you're the only one that
camera
talks
really
more
is a
about
pen,
brands
that is helping me to speak
other
this
than
language
Canon, Sony.
that
Yeah,
sort of
I mean that's
translate
well.
what is in my
First off, I
mind,
am a Fuji ambassador,
using
but
my
the biggest
fingers
thing
and
is
the
like
dials. So this golden triangle is reminiscent.
I don't know. No one,
of
everyone always
the
talks
old
about
film
like the main
cameras
camera
that I
brands, as I
started
call it.
shooting with.
People always be
reminds
hating
me
on
of
Fuji
the
because it's
reason
crop
why
sensor, but they're missing
I
out, yo.
love photography,
And that's what
why
I found. Like these cameras
marvel at
perform,
photography being
and
the
they're cheap,
exposure of light.
comparative.
Because when
So
I'm
everyone's
turning,
stuck on the whole
the
full
buttons,
frame
I can
thing. It's like
actually
I'd rather
feel,
save my money. Look at this guy just sitting there watching. He's like, wow, they're
the
videoing.
light changing as the aperture is changing.
I wish
and
the
can
silver
feel
paint
the
won't
magic
scratch
of
and chip easily.
photography,
Yeah, I'm
within these
that's what I say. I feel like you breathe
so
on it.
When I am
and the silver
holding on
scratches
to
up.
an XT series
Facts. I love my
camera,
XT3
I
silver,
really
but
feel
yeah,
like I'm home.
it scratches so
I
much.
feel like this is why I started.
Yeah, everyone's always so scared of
photography in
Fujifilm. They're
the
like,
first place.
oh, what about the low light performance, or oh, what about? And I just like, I always have a hard time because when people talk about low light performance, like
presented to us 9 years ago,
it's
I think.
rare. I've been
And
shooting
now
weddings
all
for
the way
almost
up to
10
the
years. It is
XT5.
rare
And
you're in
what I really
a
like is that
1,000% dark
true
room
to its
and you can't
origins
use flashes.
with
It
its
is
classical
extremely
dial
rare.
setup, and to me that is still the best interface.
But everyone is
for
always so scared of
photography.
low light, and it's like, well, you can have
everything
flashes, you
under
can
my
have
fingertips, from
consistent
shutter
lighting.
speed,
There's things you
ISO,
can do.
aperture, exposure compensation.
Like, I don't know
and to me,
why
that
we're so
feels
scared of the
natural
dark.
to use. It also, I feel like it makes me more creative as a photographer. to
Yeah,
have all these
everything they're
settings,
saying about
like,
Fuji is exactly how I
available
felt about it when I
directly.
first started
can-
using it.
The difference between this kind of style and
When I hear low light
normal
performance,
camera
that
is
tells me
that
they don't know how
I
to
can
use available
feel
light.
what I'm
That's
doing.
usually what I
I
think
don't
too.
have to look.
Because
or
like
know
I
what
made
I'm
a
doing.
video
I
about
just can
something
feel
and
what
someone's
I'm
like,
doing
what if you have to
and
raise your
know what
ISO
one
to
click
like
means. So without
20,000?
taking the
Like,
camera
you
away
shouldn't
from my
have to
eye,
do
I can
that.
completely adjust my
When
settings
are
to
you
any
raising your
situation.
ISO to 20,000? You know, like
Another factor we
why?
worked on
Why
the
are
body
you doing
design was
that?
downsizing. Large, easy to see views.
Yeah, and it has IBIS. Let's go.
Large
And it's got
capacity
them new
battery and so on.
XT4 batteries. Let's go.
Enhancing performance and versatility tends to result in increased body size. The evolution of cameras has always been
I love
inseparable
flashes so much as
from
well.
handling upsizing.
20K. I mean, people be doing it. What if you have to raise your? How's the noise performance? Because I have to shoot at 3 million ISO.
Since it's a
Where are your
camera
lights?
which can be operated intuitively.
You must not
through
know the
traditional
exposure
dials.
triangle.
Have a look over here.
Whoa, it's small.
This is a frontal view of the XT5.
Yo, look how small it
Compared
is.
to the XT4, you can see that it has become one size smaller.
Wow.
It was reduced by 5 millimeters in width.
Yo.
2 millimeter in height.
It is
The dimensions are
drastically
almost the same
smaller.
as the XT1. We squeezed in the highest
Wow, it's almost the size of the
specifications possible
XT1.
into a body size of the first generation XT, which was lightweight and mobile. The
Wow.
weight was reduced by 50 grams compared to the XT4. It
Wow.
weighs less than 2/3 of a typical full-size
Screaming over the
mirrorless
volume.
camera.
I'm just blowing out
We
the.
managed to keep all the
My
important
microphone is like,
features
please stop.
during downsizing process. The performance of XT5 has evolved from XT4
Oh, got that 40
massively,
megapixels.
while
Oh, got
accomplishing
6K
a
video.
revolutionary downsizing.
F-Log 2, 42210
So
bit.
the size
Oh,
and
they went too
weight of
fast.
the camera are integral to how well I perform.
The video
overall
doesn't
on the
matter
trip.
though. Like,
Because this means that you would have to.
It's just nice to
plug
have.
the camera onto overhead airplane.
I could kiss whoever designed this camera,
compartments,
right though?
Go on the buses and trains.
Fujifilm was like, we're just gonna do what we always did.
To feel like you
We've
are
been
in
doing it.
control and not overwhelmed.
And we were good
by
at it. So like,
equipment,
let's because the
that
XT4
you're not
like,
taking along with you. So you need to feel like you are in control of.
let's just be
camera
honest. The
bodies and
XT4 is
lenses,
almost
for
like
example,
the
when you
black
go
sheep.
on a long
It was the
trip.
most weird camera.
Size and weight
If you
really
look at the
matters.
way
I
the
mean, like,
XT
it's something
1, 2,
that
and 3 were going,
don't really
and then the 4, all of a
think
sudden it was
about
like, I
really.
do video so great,
The
and I have a flippy
camera is
screen.
always
It
the
was like,
best, and
why?
The smaller, the better. So I've shot 400 weddings before in the past, and 8 of these years I was using the DSLR until
And
the
it's,
last 2 years.
I was shooting 400 weddings with these
to
big
the
A cameras, and I broke my back.
And that
So I
meant
switched to
that
Fuji,
my
and they're
photography
tiny.
gear, dropped from 1.7 kilograms
Yeah.
on each shoulder.
Exactly. That's
to
the same.
around 900
That's
grams, on the mirrorless system, on the XT mirrorless system.
That's the main reason I
the
switched, y'all,
lens and body
for the
included.
size.
The most important thing about the size to me is on the other side of the camera. Because if you have a
Yep.
camera that's
Let's
too
go.
big, it's going to impress
I know what I'm
people
talking
too
about,
much,
y'all.
and it
I'm
becomes
not
a
crazy.
barrier between me and my
People be
subject.
hating.
And also, I feel it's very important that the camera is not so big that I can hide behind it. There's always part of my face showing to my subject, which helps me to connect to the people in front of the camera.
Not even just part of
So
your face.
that's why
The
I
fact that the
always
camera's
enjoy
so
using
small, people
smaller
don't take
cameras
it seriously,
when
so
I'm
they
working
let their
with
guard
people who
down
are
more.
not used to
So
being
if you're doing
photographed.
like photojournalistic
This
stuff or
camera is
weddings, it's
always
so much
refined
easier.
over XT1, XT2, XT3, XT4,
Because people are just
XT5,
like, oh, look at
and
the
it
cute little
fits
camera.
Every time if it's just a little bit better, it's weird that it can still be better with each generation.
XT4 was the kid that
but
present-
this one feels even better than
Percent
the
say they
previous one.
love.
So, and that has been
But
going
you-
on
oh, the
since
parents say they love, but the
Let us introduce you to
Yeah, the
some of the
XT4
major
was
devices.
weird. It was a weird camera.
September,
It like wanted
we
to do
introduced
video. It was
the
like an
X8
XH and an
with
XT
a
at the same time. It
fifth
just,
generation X-Trans
it was a
CMOS
great camera.
HL.
No hate on the XT4. It really was awesome.
We
But
have also
like
adapted
this,
it in the XT5.
this.
As we all know, the X-Trans CMOS
Come on, man.
HL
40
offers
megapixels
40
and a little
megapixels,
XT that's
which
smaller
is the
than the
highest
rest of them.
resolution ever achieved.
Come on, y'all.
Perhaps
This
we
is
have
crazy.
not
It got the
conveyed
tilt
the
screen
appeal
back.
of this
This is
device
literally
and
everything
sensor
I've ever
well
wanted.
enough. That is, the number of pixels does not only affect the resolution. It also contributes to tonal expression and is an important factor in enhancing the overall
Oh my
image
goodness,
quality.
it's so good. I'm over here on
This is
B&H trying to
extremely
pre-order right
important
now.
to Fujifilm,
And they brought the
which has
classic
been
neg
focusing
over.
on color reproduction and tone control and producing a wide range of film simulations. Silver halide films, on which film simulation is based, are a completely continuous, seamless, non-step tonal design due to their analog nature. This is why photos taken with film are still considered natural and preferable today. In contrast, digital uses the depth of number of bits. In other words,
Fuji's like, we've been
the
making
amount
that
of
hot
colors
film,
to achieve
and we got
natural
hot film
tonal
simulations.
expression.
See what y'all know about color.
In JPEG, RGB contains 8 bits.
Oh yeah.
Equals 256 steps each. A total of
B&H
16
announced
million
that their
colors,
site is going down.
while
Everyone
HEAT has
stay
10
off.
bits. Equals 1024 steps of RGB each.
I'll let you
which
know
is
when the
a total
pre-orders
of
are
1
there.
billion colors.
Did they say how
As
they
smoother
got the
tones,
size
more
down?
pixels,
Curious anything got
that
removed.
is,
It looks like
more
everything
number
is
of
there.
pixels become effective.
Color is the most important aspect
And the
of my
IBIS, yeah. I mean,
photography,
yeah, that is
and
true. Like, how
I
were
use
they able to make it
to
smaller
create
and
a
still have
sense
all that
of
stuff in it?
depth, but also a sense of emotion. And
Best
when
JPEGs in the
we're
biz,
using our
hands down.
cameras, we're
Every time I
thinking
shoot
about
Fuji
the images
JPEGs,
that
I
we
always
capture, but
wonder
for
to
me,
myself,
I'm
like, should I
also
just
thinking about
stop
those
shooting
colors
raw?
and how those colors
Like,
are going
really,
to
they're so
represent.
good.
When you think about Fujifilm, obviously the design of the cameras is amazing, but there's this long legacy of color.
Yep.
And thinking back to when I was younger and I was shooting with film, I used to select Provia, Astia, Velvia, and understand what that color was going to represent before I even started shooting.
Flippy screen
And
requires
Fujifilm
more
has
space.
put a lot of time into studying the art.
You made me want to try Fuji. You need to get in there. This so, it's so good.
Will transition into digital and become a film simulation. But to know that that legacy of that color and that tonality
Yeah.
perfectly
The film
goes through
sims,
from the film and
that
all the
stuff
way
is
to the
like,
digital.
it's ridiculous,
What
yo.
fascinates me about color and Fujifilm color specifically is the idea of memory color.
Where's this,
Not just how we see something, but how we remember it. And in my photography, I try to use that.
Wow.
So I think of reds in a different way. I remember reds and greens in a different way. And being able to start by selecting a film simulation or even selecting one after and editing allows you to visualize not just the image, but the colors of the image. And start
Yeah,
to
I always go back to this
have
shoot.
consistency
Like,
between these shots.
that's
And to be
JPEG,
able
straight out of the
to
camera.
capture these images
XH2S
with the right
with the
emotion,
33.
with the right color
So
tones.
good.
It's been really fun to get to use the XT1 and now the XT5 and see all of those little nuanced design changes, but to know that the camera has stayed true
Look
to
at that.
itself. And the color with the film simulation
So good,
has
yo. Just
stayed
right out the
consistent,
camera.
But the sensor
It's like, why
technology
even shoot
has
raw
gone
when you're
really
getting
far.
this?
And starting out with the XT1 at 16 megapixels, it was a huge jump to the XT2 at 24 megapixels. And now this evolution once again from the XT4.
I think we need to
the
buy higher
XT5
capacity SD
goes
cards.
from
Oh, yeah.
26 to 40.
I didn't think
40
about that.
megapixels is a really
I
fun
did not
file
think
size
about that.
to work with.
I
because
have
you never
all of
really
these
feel like you're running out
SD
of
cards right now. I shoot
or
with
you're never in a
128s,
situation where
and I get a
if you
fair
wanna
amount of
crop,
photos,
you
but
feel like
yeah,
you're
now
not
that
gonna
you
have
say
the
that, I'm
pixels.
kind of
So
curious.
I feel like it's a really suitable resolution of whether you're going to share these on your screen, even if you just want to show them
For
on
Johnny
your
things,
smartphone.
I think
All
about
the
reds in a
details
different. I think
there
about
is waiting to be
magenta.
discovered.
Well, you look at it from a very technical point of view.
I shoot film
What
in
is important
JPEG,
to
and
me is that
transition
the
is
files,
seamless. I mean,
they
yeah.
work together. I tend to push and pull.
Have you
a
shot
lot on
Canon,
these
Nikon,
files,
Sony?
and
much to compare to
there's some noise
Fuji.
creeping in or something.
I know a lot of
The
YouTubers.
file
I
has to
haven't.
stick together.
So I started
And
on
I
Canon,
noticed
but that was a
other
long
brands
time
in
ago
the
at this
camera
point. So I don't even like.
is that the
I don't
files
remember
fall
much of
apart pretty easily.
anything
I've always
about Canon.
liked the Fujifilm RAW files.
So yeah, I can't
because
really,
they're
and
so solid.
I don't want to give bad comparisons because I don't. Because see, that's one thing I absolutely hate about a lot of YouTubers and how they review cameras and stuff. They're not intimately tied into the system of the camera. You know what I mean? So they'll review Canon, Nikon, Sony, and they'll tell you all this stuff, but they don't know it intimately.
Now that we've talked about sensors, let's talk about.
Whereas like I shoot Fuji hard. When I review a Fuji camera, I know Fujifilm as a total in all of their cameras and the things they're doing, not just, you know, like, oh yeah, it's a camera, it takes pictures, oh, but it's crop sensor, like,
such as image
ooh, got that new sensor,
pixel shift shooting,
got that new
and
processing.
Here's the simple example. The X-T5 uses the same
Look at
battery
that, more
as X-T4,
pictures.
but the maximum number of shots per charge has been increased from
go.
600 to 740.
I sold all my other gear and
Thanks
switched to
to
Fuji.
the
Nice.
power-saving design of the X Processor 5. Noticeable improvements are in the AF performance.
Better autofocus, let's
the
go.
AF system has undergone countless innovations and updates.
The one thing I
since
like
the
about
XT1
Nikon and
was
Canon is the
introduced
lens
in
system is the same
2014.
between film and DSLR. Yeah,
Newly developed
that's what
AF
I even
algorithms,
do that now.
As well as deep learning AI technology are the unique
I got this old
features of the 5th generation.
I got
X
this old Nikon film, but I have a Sigma
XT
35 on
series
it.
fans can also
So like a
enjoy this
new
feature.
modern Sigma 35 art
The
on an old
40
Nikon
megapixel
film
models
camera.
of the XH2
Like that
and
that's cool that
XT5 have a high
the mount's been the
precision
same for that
AF
long.
system.
That I can do that.
In addition, the cameras are designed to handle high-frequency subjects, both taking the advantage of high pixel counts. As resolution improves, expectations for AF accuracy becomes even more severe. For this reason, the X-T5 and X-H2 have a system that drives phase detection pixels, arranged at a density of 1.5 times
Nice.
more
Better
per unit
autofocus.
area compared to the 26 megapixel sensors. This ensures
Fujifilm can just have the debit
finer
card.
AF
You're like, here's my
and
bank
performance,
information.
especially
Have fun.
when shooting subjects with more detail. That is, subjects with high-frequency information.
There was a time that I thought that a good AF
Yeah, it has the same
system
autofocus.
was
I
only
know, this
important
is
for
like-
sports and action
And how is
photographers.
it so small?
But as a portrait photographer, I find that the better the AF algorithms and systems get, the easier it is to do my job. And with the new AF system of the X-T5,
What do you think the price will be?
It extends the possibilities.
There's no
by
way
a
it's more
great
than an
deal.
X8
So it
system.
allows me to not worry about
So
focusing
it's,
anymore.
I would feel
If
like
the
it's going to
camera
come under
can
the
take
X8.
some of the work out of my
I've heard
hands,
that
that's a
Fuji's
big
trying to make the
advantage,
X8s
even
kind of
as a
like their
portrait
flagship,
photographer.
like pro camera.
I'm talking about
So the
subjects.
XTs
I
are kind of
have
like
a
their
great,
mid-level
person.
So there's no
that
way
I
it's going to be
can
more
shoot
than
today.
the
She is
XH2.
actually the designer of my favorite lens, the XF33.
And I'm
so
really
it's
thinking of
only
doing
fitting
2
that I would
XT5s for
photograph her
weddings
with this lens.
and then using the
Are you
XH2 for
ready?
hybrid and video. Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
so,
I think that's what I'm
just
going to
look
do.
Straight at me. Perfect. What's really great is that if I am close, the camera will pick the nearest eye. Because if you turn your
Wow,
face
he's
a little
pressing
bit
the shutter
that
with his
way,
thumb. I've
then
never
the
seen
camera
that
will
before.
automatically pick the eye that is nearest to me, and usually that's what you want. You want the nearest.
Will this get the
eye
XT3
in
discontinued?
focus.
I thought it was
And if
already
I-
discontinued.
Even if I move away a little bit, and now she's only like a very small.
I agree
part,
about
the
what you
face is
said
only
about
very
knowing a
small part
system.
of the
I
frame.
can't stand how
I can
YouTube are
still
always switching
rely on
system.
that
I'm
autofocus
loyal.
that
Yeah,
even
you know,
picks
like
out the eye perfectly.
there's a difference
And
from
we have
watching a
little bit
review
of
from someone who
margin, of
shoots
course,
Sony
when we're
dedicatedly
farther away,
and they're
but it's
talking
good
about
to
a
know
Sony
that
camera
the
versus
camera
someone who
picks
just
out
like
the eye
shoots whatever.
perfectly. And if I'm really far
'Cause-
away,
and you can
the
tell by the
camera
way
will
they talk
still
about
pick
it.
up the face and lock
there's nothing
onto
wrong
it
with
and stay
comparing the
onto it.
different
And
systems
in this case, the subject
to
is
each
pretty
other.
static, but
then
if you have a
to
moving
me it
subject
starts becoming
with a
too much of a
continuous
like
autofocus, the camera just
like a
tracks
pissing
that,
match of like
subject all the
specs.
time, and
it's like
gives
that's
me
cool,
peace
but
of
what do
mind
the
to
specs
keep
actually
shooting.
mean to you? Like what does that translate
such a
into
beautiful
real
look.
world working when you're actually taking
Thank
photos.
you.
Like, I don't
I
care
hope
that your
you
camera can
like
shoot
these
40
pictures.
frames a second unless you're a sports
Thank you.
photographer or a wildlife photographer. Like, what does that equate to
The
you?
AF system
You know?
takes so much work out of my hands, takes the guesswork
How are
out
they
of my
recording the
hands,
HDMI out?
and allows
They're probably
me to
doing what I
focus
do,
on my subject, my composition, and the light.
using like
So
a
this
Atomos or
technology,
something.
this new
But on the
AF
same end,
system
yeah, they didn't have
definitely
anything there. I
improves
don't know
my
what they
work.
did. Maybe they took two
Thank
scenes.
you, Bert. As you said, the XT5 has achieved a quality
Yeah,
that is a perfection
Jared and Tony
of the
Northrop,
XT
and that's what I'm
series.
saying. Like, a lot of people, I'm
final
always
X Summit
mad because I don't
for the
really
10th
ever get
anniversary
review
of
copies of
X-Mount
cameras,
will not end
and then I go, and you're
Yes.
gonna see it. Like, you're
We
gonna see
are
all the
pleased
videos drop
to
soon
introduce a new
of
product
like the
from the
XT5
XF
stuff,
lenses
and
as well.
usually nobody.
This is XF 30mm
Oh, wow.
f2.8 RLM WR.
But yeah, like
Max.
none of those people shoot Fuji, so they're like, yeah,
In
it's
short,
cool, I guess,
the
but it's still crop
30mm
sensor. It's like, no,
f2.8
no.
macro
Fujifilm has been
practical
cropped. That
standard
doesn't
lens
matter.
and a unique lens
Like,
that only
that's such a bad
Fujifilm
review.
can
But
produce.
all these people get these cameras, and
As
I'm
you
like,
can
can y'all
see
give
from
me
the
one
product name,
so I can tell
it
the
is a
truth
prime lens
about these
that has a
cameras? You
standard
know,
angle
like,
view, 35
and not be all like,
equivalent
well,
focal
it's
length
kind
of
of cool,
45
but it's
mm.
crop sensor still.
It is
Okay.
also capable of life-size macro
Fujifilm has been
photography.
doing crop forever. They're like the master
macro
of crop
lens with a
sensor.
standard angle
They can
view
make crop
does
sensors
not necessarily
way
mean
better than
it is
full
very
frame.
useful.
Like, and
But this
again,
specific
that stuff
lens
doesn't even
has a
matter. But
tremendously
whatever.
wide shooting
Let
range.
me stop because I can go on
The
forever.
minimum focus distance is only 10 centimeters from the sensor.
Yo, this thing looks like the
It is truly versatile.
the f2 lenses.
Traditionally,
And it's macro.
lenses have relatively long focal lengths to shoot from
40
mid-range
frames per
distance.
second is amazing for wildlife, but I'll
the
be
era
honest,
of
even when
compact
shooting
cameras
wildlife, I can't.
and
I
now
mean, yeah,
smartphones,
that's it's 40
more
40
intuitive
frames a
style
second
of
is like
taking
if you're not
large
shooting the
close-up
Super
shots
Bowl or something, like
seems to
you
have
don't
gained
need
popularity.
that. Nobody need. But my camera does
Robert
whatever.
Capa said in the old days, if your picture
Tony Northrop says the
aren't good enough,
XT5 won't be a working
aren't
camera.
close enough.
Bleh. You know, it's
might have
and
meant
nothing
it
is Tony Northrop is
metaphorically.
great. Honestly,
However,
like he was
physically
a
close
pivotal
distance
part of
shots
me starting to
do
learn
provide
photography.
new perspective.
But you know, I
When you
hate
find
that. It's
something
not
you
a
want to
working
take,
camera. Why?
just lean
I've been
closer.
shooting weddings, professional
surely an
weddings,
instinct
for
of the
like
photographer.
6-7 years on a crop
want
sensor
to get
XT
closer.
series. And the
But the AF
XT5
does
is
not work.
definitely going to be a working
focus
camera.
indicator
Oh,
does not turn green.
it doesn't have this and that and the other thing. Like, no,
With
it's
XF
fine.
30mm
It is
f2.8,
totally fine.
You will no longer have this problem.
He said that in his video yesterday. Wow.
Like I said,
yeah,
the
people
minimum focus
be
distance
hating on Fuji.
of 10 centimeters.
And so that's why I really
from
wish
the sensor surface.
I'm gonna get y'all one day to just like
From the front lens,
Twitter roll on
it is
Fujifilm
only
or
about 1.2
and just be like,
centimeters.
why don't y'all give John Branch review copies? Yo, he got up in there. You saw how close. Yeah.
This is a lens.
I think that was
allows
two
you
different takes.
To get as close as
They
you
probably
want,
used an
with
Atomos or
nothing
something
standing
and then
between
recorded what
the
he did
subject
and then
the
like he
lens.
did it so it looks like it
Extreme
was
close-ups
live.
are often
That's what that
accompanied
looked like.
by the problem of chromatic
I love it.
aberrations.
He's like, check out how close it can focus.
Eliminating this problem was the key to realize high-quality close-up photography.
That's awesome, yo.
The approach taken
I don't think
in
I
the
would get
design
it
was to
because
use
I already
three
have like a process
high-performing
for how I take
aspherical
my
lenses.
macros, and
The
I don't shoot
particularly
macro enough.
Large aspherical
But this looks
lens
hype.
in the last section, which tends to affect the close-up performance the most.
Oh, you don't shoot weddings with
Excellent
the James Webb
descriptive
telescope?
power with superior resolution is required for a good macro lens.
Also, too, like
This ability to project a world
I
beyond
hate
the
a lot of
naked
stuff
eye
about the
is what
photography
makes
community as
people
far as it comes
want to
to
take
with cameras
all
and stuff
sorts of
because it's
subjects.
dumb, right? You'll shoot weddings on a crop
second
sensor
requirement
with 26
for a practical
megapixels.
lens
Oh, that's not professional. You can't do that. So
Portable
then you'll go
size
get a
and style
medium format
that
camera that
allows
shoots
you to
100
approach
megapixels and
all
it's like,
kinds of
oh my god, the file sizes. How are you gonna? Well, then what is it, y'all? What will make you happy? Everyone's always mad about something.
lens placed
There's
the
always
very
some
front,
reason why
which is
whatever
one of
camera
the
can't
aspherical
whatever, and
lenses
it's like y'all
introduced
just
earlier plays a major
just
role
stop,
in this.
please. You know, like just
After
buy
all,
yourself a camera
an
that you like.
aspherical lens
Learn
is
how to take good
equivalent
photos with said
2 to
camera
3
and
spherical
get
lenses.
paid and be quiet. You
Last
know,
but
like
not
there's
least,
nothing else.
I would like to emphasize
People enjoy
the
complaining.
speed
It's so
of the
true.
lens. Among the challenges we
I was
faced
hoping to get an
achieve
option
the minimum
2x
focus
macro.
distance, the most important factor may have
I can
been
listen
the
to John
ASC.
from yeah. Get me on
closer
any
you
of those
shoot,
topics and you can
the
hear me
harder it
rant for
becomes
days.
to control the focus unit. This is because precision is required. At the same time, the focusing range widens from the nearest point to infinity. This
To
means
infinity.
that a high precision focusing must be done.
So
in
yet
such a
another
broad
30
range.
mil Fuji 9. Yeah,
This
that's the
process
thing too.
is
It's
not
like
difficult.
you have the
It can take time.
23 and the 33 and the
But without
35
speed,
and the
it
30.
will not be a usable lens. The solution was the linear motor.
I just care
drive.
about making money with my gear instead of
Linear motors
of the brand.
are
Yeah,
known
the whole
for
brand
high
fights
speed
and
movement accuracy.
that's why I always hate it. There's always someone
This
who
is
comes
why
on the
we
live stream,
have
no
used
offense,
it in many
and they're
of the
like,
XF
"What's a
lenses
good camera
over
for
the past
weddings?"
10 years. And it is
A
the perfect
camera.
match for this lens
Having
as
a
well.
camera at all is a good camera for
Since the
weddings.
coil
Like,
is wound around
I don't
the
know what you want me to tell you.
perimeter of the lens,
But see, the problem is
the
there's been
size
too many
becomes
years
larger.
of people trying to say that this is the best whatever,
only
and you
used
can
them
only
for
shoot
lenses
whatever
with
if you
large
have this,
lens
that, and the other. And because it's been going on for
the
years,
first
people
linear motor
think
driven
that, so they
prime
ask
lens.
questions like, what's the best?
That was the last challenge. The solution to this problem is nothing less than a coordination.
Oh, they put that LM
between
motor
the
in there?
optical
Nice.
And mechanical designers.
Trading on my
The
Canon
last
gear
aspherical lens I
for
referred
Fuji
to
got me
earlier
so much better
is
kit
located
because
here
Fuji's so much.
in front
Yeah,
of
it's
the
so
AF unit.
compared to the full frame stuff, it's so affordable and it's
The
just as
optical
good.
design of the AF unit
And
was made
honestly, again,
as
people
small
are
as
always so
possible.
mad about crop sensor
And the
versus full
actuator
frame.
was
But if you
also
sat
designed
a photographer down
just the
in
right
front of some
size.
photos and
This
didn't
is
tell them
how
what it was,
the XF30
it would be hard to
millimeter
tell if it was full
f2.8
frame or not. So
macro
it's like,
was
what's the
realized.
point?
Standard angle of view.
And no one will
1:1
admit that to
magnification
themselves.
macro.
Oh,
10
full frame's better for
centimeter
whatever.
minimum
If I
focus
sat you
distance.
down in some front of photos,
Compact
you're
and
gonna tell me
fast.
you're gonna know exactly which one's for full frame.
Only X-mount offers
Like,
such a
no,
unique
you would
lens.
have no idea.
This is a lens that will
The thing I like most
redefine
about Fuji
the
is
standard
that you're
of
getting a
compact
crop
macro
sensor,
lens.
so it's cheaper to engineer tech for it.
Now,
Making the products
me
like
introduce
this
our
is enough
guest,
for 99% of photography.
top
Yeah.
professional in macro photography.
You know,
and the
and their
Global
glass is
Brand
great.
Award winner
The color
of
is
the
awesome.
GFX
The
Challenge
cameras
Brand
feel
Program,
good. Like they make
2021.
me want to take photos.
Pantraporn.
So like that's cool and all. You got full frame, but I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
And I'm here in Japan to prepare for the
And yet one of
Grand
my best
2021
results was just being a
exhibition
guest for
first
my
venue
buddy's
in Tokyo.
wedding, and all I brought was
I
an
have just
XT2 and a
checked all
35
my
mil.
print
Exactly.
work yesterday, and it's
How do
all
you feel
very
about no
incredible.
battery grip?
The theme of
Oh,
my
did they
work
say there's
is
no
macro
grip? I
photography,
mean,
and I love all the box and
it's kind of
insects,
whatever.
and
So
want
I
to
use the grips on the
capture all the
XT3,
detail, the form
but I
of
only use the grip
usability,
for
and that's
the
why I
batteries.
require
So I don't
a
use the. Where's my
GFX
XT3?
system because it has 100 megapixel resolution, which can
So,
even further increase.
I never
to
used the
400
grip
megapixels with the pixel shift
for the actual grip, how you can turn it and hold it like this and have a button here. I never use that. I always just turn like this and break my wrist. So the only reason I used the grip was for the extra batteries. Now, the XT5 has those new batteries, and I've been shooting them on the XH2S, and I was getting through whole weddings only using 3 batteries. So if I can do 3 batteries and have it be smaller, I kind of don't care that there's not a grip. Because it would be even smaller than this, you know, like...
when we want to do the focus stacking. And also
No battery grip for the XT5. How will we monitor audio? I think there's audio on the side, but again, it's more for stills. That's what they were saying. They were pretty much in the presentation like, we're going back to photography. Like, this is for
I'm so
photography.
glad you enjoyed the XF30mm f2.8. Can you give us a demonstration?
Oh yes, of course.
As long as I've got a plate that doesn't block the battery door,
Here is a basic
I'm
setup
fine with
for
just carrying extra
shooting
batteries.
the
Yeah, exactly.
Macro photography. This is connecting to the laptop with the pixel shift combiner program, which can use for
The bigger battery is at least
shifting,
there. Yeah,
combine
the XT4 battery is ridiculous.
into the one
Different battery? No, it's the same battery.
resolution photo.
Oh, they're doing pixel shift?
Actually, right now it's working.
They're like, and now we made a 5,000 megapixel photo.
Wow, that's incredible.
Zoom in on it.
Global Grant Award winner right here.
Yeah.
Glad you like it. And will be even more amazing if it shoot with GFX. And I hope many people will attend to the Tokyo exhibition starting on the 4th of November.
Nice,
and
yo.
also have the Osaka exhibition starting on the 16th of December. Thank you very much.
The new batteries are awesome. Went
Thank
shooting
you,
a band and just packed 2 batteries effectively, only used
Now,
1.5.
here's
Yeah,
the
that's the thing. I'm shooting whole weddings on the XH2S and only using 3 batteries. And the third battery, I don't even. Oh,
$1,699, and the XF30
Nice.
f2.8 is $599.
1,700
Both items
bucks.
are now being produced and shipped as quickly as possible.
As quickly as
At
possible.
the earliest, they will be available in 2 weeks on November the 17th.
2 weeks.
Depending on where you are. We thank you for your patience.
Where is it?
Well then, this is it for today's X Summit.
I need a pre-order.
We are very happy to have introduced so many items for the 10th anniversary of the X mount and the 5th anniversary of the G mount. The development of these products have been made possible thanks to the cooperation and feedback from many photographers,
Pre-order now.
including the 5 speakers today. We thank you again for your support through the years. By the way, do you remember the 10th anniversary project, Reflections, that we started at the beginning of this year? This is the video project that features people we came to know during our 10-year journey who picked up X cameras in their hands. We started this project in January and have consistently introduced 1 episode each month, introducing people from all over the world who have wonderful stories to tell. Through the production of the videos, I was once again amazed by the fact that our products are
Take John
loved
Branson's
so
money.
much by our customers.
Not bad price
And in
for the
some
lens.
cases,
$1,700,
made an
$300 away
impact
from
as to
XH2.
change their lives in a positive way.
That makes sense since it's
Although
the
we
same
could only share
sensor.
a limited number of stories in the Reflections project, we are grateful for the support from such individuals around the world.
I'm like,
Over
I
the
don't know
past
if I
10
should
years
I
of X
even
mount
pre-order
and
it
5 years
from
of GFX.
B&H. I feel like B&H
Thank
always
you
ends up being
to
like,
all
oh,
the
sorry,
X users
we don't
out
have
there.
any more.
The last 10 years would not have been possible without each and every one of you. Please look forward to the journey for the next 10 years to come. See you at the next X Summit. Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for being amazing. So good. Pre-order! Where? Where is it? Where is it? I do events with my XT2 and XT3, and I always use the grips. But like that camera are smaller when they use for, yeah. Totally agree. Where's the app update? Oh yeah, I ain't talking about an app. I like telling people about Fuji, but I also like the exclusive. Yeah, you're like, haha, no one uses it. The only thing that stops me from pre-ordering 2 is that I need to see infrared results in a newer 40 meg. Yeah, I'm gonna pre-order it, but I do agree with you, like, no one even knows much. I haven't really seen much about the XH2, so I really don't know anything about the 40 megapixels. Wow, yo, it's so small. Yeah, X mount, 10 years. Well, older Fuji's about to get those discounts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's always the cool thing too. Like, if you don't have one of the newer Fujis yet, you can just jump in on an older system. Go grab yourself an XT3 and XT4. They're all great. Amazon saying it's out of stock. Wow. I'm not seeing anything anywhere. XT3 stopped getting updates, probably. Finally time to buy an XT3. I'm gonna be selling mine. I may be getting XT4 with grip. I've been shooting the XT2 for years and it's still pretty good. Yeah, the XT2 is awesome. I'm not seeing the XT5 anywhere. I'm trying to spend my money. I'm trying to spend my money. It's only 9:48 right now. I think it's not dropping till 10. It's less frequent, but I don't affect much anyway. Trying to get myself a second XT2. My XT4 is officially being shunned. No, I hate the tilt screen. John, are you not bummed the XT5 doesn't have a battery grip? I'm not. Because again, the main reason of a battery grip I only use it for batteries, and those new XT4 batteries are absolutely amazing, so I'm fine with it. I think it'll be live at 10. Yeah, I recently got an X Pro 1. And you would have thought I had purchased a Hasselblad with how excited. If you can send it to Brazil, I wish. I only got enough money to buy myself some, and even that's a stretch, let's be honest. Let's be real. Like, in all seriousness, I probably shouldn't buy these, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. Oh no. I'm still sick, y'all. I feel like crap. I'm not seeing it anywhere for pre-orders. And again, I don't even know if I want to pre-order it from B&H. Cause see, the thing I'm gonna tell y'all my hot tip. I'm gonna show y'all the secret. You ready? Here's the secret, y'all. Moment, I don't know if y'all know Moment. Y'all know Moment, right? They sell the like iPhone lenses. They sell actual camera stuff. So you see they got the XH2 on here. They got it. You know? And so a lot of people will be sold out of this stuff and no one will know. But Moment sells Fujifilm cameras. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go buy my stuff on Moment instead because no one buys it there yet. Because people don't really realize that they're selling Fujifilm cameras. So that's my hot tip. Go where everyone's not buying it. Which is, I mean, it's obvious, right? Like, everybody shops at B&H. If you go there, you're gonna hit the back order like almost immediately. Like when I bought the 81.7 for the GFX and you couldn't find it nowhere. I went on Moment and they were like, yeah, we got some. And I was like, purchase. It makes so much more sense. Go where no one else is and they'll have stock. That's how I got an XH2 when it was sold out. Local camera store. Yep, exactly. That's how I got my XH2S. I think there's a photo actually floating around. Let me see if I can find this real quick. There we go. Bought myself XH2S and the new 56. Mom and pop shops always, yo. Actually, well, no, it's pre-order. They're not shipping yet. I guess I'll wait till 10. It's one of those things like you don't want to wait too long, because if you wait too long, then they're gonna be back ordered. You know, like. Hey John, quick question. If you got a chance to try, if you had a chance to try the new 56 and how it stacks against the 50, I haven't used them against each other yet, but I have used the 56 at my last couple of weddings. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it. I mean, it's good, but I don't know if I can equate it against the 50. But I'm gonna try and do a video, I think. Like I'm probably gonna do a 50 versus the 56, just because. Let me see. Let me try and pull up some photos for y'all of the new 56. Can't wait for the stuff from the XT5 to trickle down to the XT50. Oh yeah. Well, so it's cool thing about an XT50, but they haven't even made an XT40 yet, so I'm kind of worried. You know, like I don't know what they're gonna do. Only just joined. Gutted, I missed it. Oh, read all the specs. It's no flippy screen. Smaller camera. It's amazing. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it right now. So this was shot with the new 56 and the XH2. What weddings did I use the 56 on? Oh, here's an engagement session I did. I used the 56 on this one. Yeah, so this was the new 56 here. I mean, it's good, you know? Like, it's everything you would expect. They still don't have it. Do you think there will be an XT50 or has the XS10 line? Maybe. So I haven't used the XH or the XS line, so I'm not very familiar with it yet. But yeah, that's actually a great question, because they haven't made an XT30, or I meant an XT40 yet. So I'm kind of worried. Where's some more shots with a 56? This was the 56 here. else had the 56 on it. I guess I could just sort it by the metadata. It would make sense. But yeah, the lens looks great. And obviously the biggest thing I like about it is the size. Like, it's so much smaller than the 50 f1. So much smaller, so much lighter. I appreciate these sites trying to save me some money, but they need to hurry up and let me yeah, like, let me buy it before I before I think too much and don't impulse buy it. XT30 was too ashamed of the flip screen and decided to wait until the XT5 to be updated. Maybe. XT30 was like, what are you doing, XT4? What are you doing? I haven't shot with my Canon for a long time since Fuji. I mean, it'll do that to you though. Hey, that was from Fujikina. Yeah, those other shots were from Fujikina. That's why I think I have it listed in here as Fujikina. These are all just like random shots I took. I think this was the XH2 as well. Oh no, XT4. Okay, so this was just me shooting. This is the 50 f1. I don't know, you can kind of tell the difference between the 50 f1 and the 56. The 50 f1 definitely still has something going for it. This is the XH2, yeah. Yeah, the 40 megapixels, it's like more resolution, but it's the same Fujifilm you've always known. I feel like it doesn't look crazy different. You can tell that there's more resolution, but it's also still crop sensor. Price is $16.99. It's a great price. Where is it? Where is it? Appeared on Wex. I'm not seeing it anywhere on my end. Oh, there it is. Give it to me. 2. Maximum quantity is 1. Nah. Can I do 2 separate orders? Pre-order. Oh no, the site's freaking out. Why did not reply? I will unsubscribe. What? What am I replying to? There's a lot of people in the chat. Sometimes things get missed. XT5 on B&H. It won't let me pre-order. It's just spinning. Oh. 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 Gimme. Gimme, 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 gimme. Gimme, 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 gimme. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Come on. Come on. Work. Please. Yeah. Yeah. I spent all my money. See, y'all? Tried to tell you. Moment lenses. I was able to pre-order 2. Let's go. I should have changed my shipping. I should have made it faster shipping, but I didn't. Telling you, yo, don't mess with B&H. See, look, I'm gonna turn this off now. Forget y'all. Mine still won't load. It's gonna be 20, 30 before I have. You know, that's not even funny though. Cause it be like that. XH2S got back ordered on B&H, so I canceled my order, got it next day through Adorama. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, because everyone knows. So like, nothing against B&H, but everybody shops at B&H. So like, if you're gonna go through B&H, you're gonna have to go through everybody. So yeah, again, this is that 40 megapixels on the XH2. I think there's, yeah. Will there be another X series? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I would suppose so. It's one of their most popular cameras, right? Yeah, I wish I would have gotten faster shipping, but you know what? Like, it's whatever. So yeah, that was what, 3,600 bucks? Real quick, you know. No biggie. $4,000, yeah, just throw it to the wind. I don't even have children yet. My grandkids will be born before B&H stops spinning. Yeah, that's what it did for. So see, like, I went on B&H, I tried to pre-order, the thing was spinning. I went to Moment, they had it, and they let me cop 2, not just 1. And see, so that's a perfect point too. Like, B&H can't let you buy 2 because they know everyone's trying to buy from them. Whereas Moment, people buy it there, but not that many people are buying cameras from B&H. Or I meant from Moment. I don't think people know that Moment sells normal cameras like that. Tell your wife 4,000. She already knows. She already know I'd be spending money like that. If I wasn't making as much money as I was, she would definitely have an issue. She has an issue, but she would have way more of money if I was broke. Okay, so I got my pre-orders in. I'm good to go. I'm excited. I'm excited for this XT5. I'm excited for the tilt screen. Tilt. tilt, 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 tilt. No more flip screen. That's all I care about. Did I get the email? Let me make sure that Moment sent me the email. Sent me your orders for real. Yep. Thank you for pre-ordering. Let's go. Cool. So I'm good to go. What a price. I mean, yeah. And see, that's again, sometimes people are like, cheap camera, that's expensive. But I'm like, compared to like a Canon something. My bad, y'all. I had the music all loud this whole time. Compared to a Canon something, you know, like, these Fuji cameras are cheap. Like $1,600 bucks, $1,700 for a camera, that's good. And then the lenses are like between 600 and like 1,200. That's good. You go get some Canon glass, like a Canon L lens or whatever they're called, with the red ring on it, you spending $3,000 right there. What color did you get? I got black. And the lenses are, yeah, exactly. The lenses are cheap. Like when I first switched to Fuji, I was shooting on the f2 lenses. Those things were like $500 a pop, $500-$600. The XT3 at the time, I think, was only $1,500 or something. So, you know, it's like, oh, $3,000 on 2 cameras and then another maybe $3,000 on like 4 lenses. That's a good deal. It's been 55 years, but I finally got mine ordered. If I didn't want to put half on my Paybu account, I wouldn't have used B&H either. Yeah, I have Paybu, but honestly, I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm trying to get the thing. Actually, I keep thinking, I don't even know why I opened this stupid thing. I haven't even used it. They're probably going to close it down on me at some point. They're going to be like, bro, why'd you even open this? Why'd you do it? Here goes a recent engagement from me. This was down in Atlanta. Actually, someone noticed me from YouTube while they were driving. It was kind of crazy, actually. He saw me shooting this wide shot Wednesday shot here, and he like stopped, and I thought he was stopping in the street because he didn't want to block the photo. And I was like, you can come through, it's whatever. And he stayed there. I'm like, whatever. So I was taking my shot. And then when I finished, he drove by and he's like, John, I love your channel. And I was like, what, yo? I'm like, how? I'm just trying to take some photos. How did the couple react? So the couple, they found me from YouTube. So the groom is actually a big fan of the channel himself. So it was more so like kind of confirmation to his wife to be that I'm low-key famous. He's like, see, I got you a famous photographer, babe. You got the more black, got that extra black Fuji. My biggest problem is being a strobist. When I'm killing ambient, then Fuji Kit can't push ISO high enough. That makes sense. That makes sense. I get that too. Yeah, I props that. And see, I hate how everyone always has to hate on like how someone shoots, like natural light versus flashes and stuff. But honestly, like the art and control of someone using flash is crazy, you know? So, you know, there's both sides to photography. Also, Fuji editing with Bridge and Photoshop works amazing. I'm so excited. I got my pre-orders in, y'all. I'm good to go. My credit card. Let me look at it real quick so I can cry. Did the payment go through? Is it on there pending? Yep, there it goes. What's awesome too is they said it's coming what, mid-November? Shipping by the 27th-ish or the 17th? So I have a bridal portrait session on the 11th, so I won't have it by then. So I'll probably just shoot that with the GFX. But I do have my last wedding on the 10th, and I should have both my cameras by then. It's always scary though. That's the one thing, like shooting a brand new wedding, or like shooting a wedding with brand new cameras that you've never really used. It's kind of scary, you know? It's just money. Your kids and wife don't need food, do they? Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs and be like, okay guys, this month we're not eating. We're gonna fast like Jesus did for 40 days and 40 nights. And then in December we'll eat again. You know? We're not eating until Thanksgiving, yo. How's the quality on a Fuji in low light with no flash? I mean, pretty good. But again, so that's why I was just talking about that earlier. Like, how often are you in a low light situation without a flash? Because over my near 10 years of being a wedding photographer, it's just like, I've never found myself in a position in low light and I wasn't using flash. Now, I will tell you, whenever I shoot wedding details, like, you know, the reception room, I don't like to use flash for those. But again, there's still available light. But what I'll do is I'll raise my ISO and drop my shutter really low, especially now that the X-T5 has IBIS. So I'll shoot natural light for the reception area at like 1/40, 1/50, 1/60, and just raise my ISO and do that. That's usually how I take pictures of the reception area. I think I did it for, pretty sure I did it for this wedding. Flash just takes priority. I mean, yeah, it's the same sense of understanding light as natural light, but being able to like control it. This X-T5 has got me thinking about moving. Oh, you know what? Let's go look on YouTube and see who posted videos. Because that's one thing y'all may or may not know. Like, as a YouTuber, for me, watching YouTube is like studying and seeing what's going on. And, you know, I try my best to see who like the big players are in like my area as far as my my niche or whatever. Also, I usually get mad at seeing who got cameras because I don't have one. Is that an actual X-T5 in that thumbnail? So see, Omar getting an X-T5, if he got one. I don't know if he actually got one. He probably didn't. It's probably a picture of an X-T4. But yes, some of these people get X-T5s and I'm like mad. And I'm like, how? I want one. Let's see what Omar's talking about. Omar's cool peoples. Can I show an ad? Is that a problem?
Since the release of the original Fujifilm X-T1, the X-T line has just been getting larger and larger and larger. Enough is enough.
Oh yeah, that is the actual X-T5, isn't it?
Oh yeah. The newer and slimmer Fujifilm X-T5 Now, this isn't an X-T5.
Okay,
However,
yeah.
I did get to try the Fujifilm X-T5 for about 45 minutes or so. So in this video, let's talk about what's new and what is not new, which is exciting, because if it ain't broke, let's keep it around longer. Maybe the best feature of this camera is its size.
One of these
Keeping
days.
what was great about the original XT line,
Yeah, it looks like an XT4 in the back.
Fujifilm cameras is that they were small, that they were great travel cameras, great for hiking, great for street photography, and I felt that the Fujifilm X-T4 just sort of went away from that. It was very video-centric, it had a flip-out screen. But now with the Fujifilm X-H line being released, that kind of freed up the XT line to go back to its roots.
Wow, it's so
of being
small.
a flip-up screen,
yes,
photographer's mostly camera, with really great video features in this. We'll get to that. But first, I want to talk about the size, because when we were at the meeting, they actually had all the XT cameras laid out. I was picking them all up.
It's
the first
so
thing that struck
small.
me is how small the XT1 was. So the reduced size of the Fujifilm X-T5 is very welcome. So the processor in this camera is the X Processor 5. This is the same processor in the X-H2 and X-H2S, which is a little smarter, a little quicker at picking up objects, and so that is an upgrade over the X-T4. This camera has 40 megapixels. This is an upgrade over the original 16, then 24, then 26. Why didn't we go to 33? We went right to 40 megapixels. So if those of you that shoot and want a lot of detail, you're going to get it from the X-T5. The grip on the X-T5 is slightly redesigned. Walking around with it, I felt very comfortable in the hand. Not as comfortable as the XH line or XS10.
I mean, it probably feels like
Those
an
cameras
XT3.
have a very
It
deep
seems
grip,
like it looks
but
like
if you
an
want your nice
XT3.
retro looks, that's what we're after. We're gonna have to sacrifice a bigger grip, but they did make it stick out just a little bit more than the XT3. And if you compare the XT3 to the XT5, you can kind of see a little bit of a deeper grip. Did make it...
I mean, yeah, it looks very much like an XT. Oh, yes, I'm so happy, y'all. It's basically the XT3. Get Magenta Man free gear. I just want loaners. I don't even want to keep the camera, you know? I just want to be able to make videos about it. That's all I want. I just want to, again, because Omar doesn't count in this, but again, there's a lot of people who don't really shoot Fujifilm like that, and they get cameras and they're like, it's cool, I guess. And I'm like, what, bro? This is a big deal. So yeah, this is awesome. It's like a return to form. Look, it's got the bigger dials. Look at that. It's like a better XT3. I'm so happy, yo. John, what do you think of XT5 not having metering options under the shutter dial? Ooh, did it not? Metering under the shutter. Does the XT3 have that? Wait. What do we mean metering under the shutter? Because the XT3 doesn't have that either, right? You're talking about the metering options? Because it's usually always under the shutter. Oh, that's under the shutter speed. Is it not under there anymore? Are there pictures online somewhere? Try to see if I can find some pictures. Oh, I see. I didn't notice that. So, okay, they put the movie still. Hold on. Where's my XT4? My XT4 is packed up because I'm trying to sell it. They changed it on the 4. Did they change it on the 4? Now I gotta break out my XT4. Look, y'all, I got it all packed up. Bye-bye. See you later. Now I gotta open the whole thing back up. Where's my music? Oh, hold on. Let me turn it down. Let me not do that to y'all again. The movie still switch was metering switch. You know, I never noticed that. So you have to change your metering inside of the menus then, right? This is how extra I am about keeping my stuff. So I keep the box, I keep all the original stuff. I even keep the plastic. So when I go to sell something, like you get an overall nice experience out of it. Yeah, I never noticed that. So looking at these pictures on the back, the XT5 looks almost exactly like the XT4. It's smaller, but the way the buttons are laid out is about the same. And yeah, you have the movie still, which on the 3 was the metering mode. Now, I can tell you personally, I usually never change my metering mode. I like rarely ever change that. So for me, it's not a problem. Like so much so that I've been using the XT4 for years now and I never noticed that. I don't even, oh yeah, there's no battery in it. Like I really didn't realize that until you said it just now. So that's fine. Are you planning to sell your XT3s too? Yeah. So I'm selling the 4 because the XH2S is replacing this one. Again, this was my video camera because this was really a video camera. Again, the XT4 was it was like a weird middle ground camera. It was kind of a combination of the XH and the XT series. But now Fuji seems like they're going back to their roots and having the mainly XT series and the XH for video. And then also the higher end XH with the XH2. So I'm absolutely just in love with Fujifilm's current layout of gear. It's great. Uh-oh. I think my camera died. See, if I had a grip, this wouldn't be a problem. What happened? What happened, buddy? Yep, it died. Oh. I don't even know if I got any of the batteries. I gotta find another way to live stream. Maybe I should have bought the grip. Uh-oh, what's happening? What metering do you use? I use the I always forget the name of all of them. It's like the whole thing where it meters everything. But yeah, I don't. Hold on, let me. Since I'm over here forgetting which one is which, as per always. Oh yeah, centered weighted is the one that's all of them, right? Is there a picture? I just need a picture. There we go. Wow, this is old. How old is this? Yeah, this one here, that's what I usually use. Centered weight is just the dot, right? Yeah, no, I don't use centered weight. Can y'all see if I hold it up? Is it there? Yeah, no, this is basically an awesome XT3, really. Oh, look, someone was talking about how are we gonna meter the audio. You have your mic here still. I don't know if I like that these are doors. I hope they come out easily. But again, I won't be using these mainly for video anyway. Just pre-ordered on Amazon. Oh, I have a few hours to explain to my wife. Wow, thanks, John. Going far and above with your replies. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I hope the doors come off. Got the dual SD. Got the new batteries. Nice. Yeah, it should be good. All right, though, but on that note, I need to go and do some other work. I got a bunch of weddings that I need to finish editing because it's that time of year. But I did just drop a video on a lot of my thoughts on the X-T5, so y'all go check that out. And thanks for hanging out with me on the stream. Again, keep in touch with the channel and let me know if y'all are getting an X-T5 and if you're curious about seeing more information about the X-T5. This is where to watch it because I just ordered 2. So once I get them things, I'm gonna put it through its paces. Oh, you see my Steam Deck? Is it there? Oh yeah, it is visible. My good old Steam Deck. This thing is awesome, y'all. It gets no better than this. Y'all saw Persona 5 just came out on Steam. I never had a chance to play Persona 5, so now I'm in there. JC, how high do you crank your ISO until you start seeing noise in your photos? Just comparing my Sony and Fuji. I feel like it starts getting a little rough for me around the 1600 to 2000 range. But on the XH2S, the newer processor, I felt like 2000 wasn't even that bad. So it might start being around that 36 and up range. But on the XT3, I was really feeling it around 1600. I usually didn't go too far over 2000. But yeah, I will catch you all next time. I got to do some other work. I also, again, I'm still sick, so I need to figure my life out real quick. But I'll catch y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out.